It is Jaden and our resident expert Caleb here with Fantasy Tomorrow to talk week 12. Oh my goodness, we are on the home stretch. It's kind of crazy that it's already been 12 weeks. But we're here to talk waiver wires, which I'm sure you guys have all been waiting for so patiently. With that, Caleb, who is on bye this week?
So there's actually no one on bye this week. It's kind of amazing. Because of Thanksgiving, I think the NFL just wants as much football as possible this weekend. So no bye weeks. There will be a couple of teams that have bye weeks in week 13, but for now, everyone's out there playing football.
Well, now that we know that there's not anybody that we should or that we have to set, there's still so many people out there on the waiver wire that we should pick up because they will be beneficial to your lineups. So, Caleb, who are some quarterbacks we should be looking to stream for week 12?
Yeah, so there's actually really good streamers for this week. The first one I really like is Derek Carr, of course, quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, he's coming off of a really huge performance against the Chiefs in week 11. Now, the Raiders weren't able to win that game, but Carr performed just absolutely spectacularly, like almost on an elite level. And he's been really good this season. He's been very efficient. He has really good weapons around him. Of course, Darren Waller's a beast, but Nelson Aguilar's coming on. Henry Ruggs is explosive. Hunter Renfrow. There's a lot there on that Raiders offense. So I like him this week. They're going up against the Falcons. The Falcons give up a lot through the air. So I think that he's someone that can definitely have a very solid game in week 12. I also really like Teddy Bridgewater, of course, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. He had to sit out in week 11 due to injury, but I think he's going to be able to come back, play in this game, and perform well. Of course, they have a lot of offensive weapons in Carolina. I think a lot of different people for Bridgewater to get the ball to, and he's been pretty good this season, very efficient. He even has some upside that he gives you with his legs. So go out, stream Bridgewater this week. And then one more just long shot streamer is Daniel Jones, quarterback for the New York Giants. Now, Jones has been playing better in recent weeks. He hasn't been quite as mistake-prone as he was earlier in the season. And I think that he's going to be able to perform really well coming off of his bye week, playing against the Bengals. The Bengals allow a lot of big plays through the air, which is beneficial to the Giants and to Daniel Jones. I think that he's going to find Darius Slayton and Evan Ingram, even Sterling Shepard, Golden Tate. I think all of them are going to have a good game, and I think that means good things for Daniel Jones. So you can definitely stream him this week.
And now that my mind's not so jumbled up and we have our quarterbacks, are there any running backs we should be looking to stream this week?
Yeah, there's a few that you could definitely pick up that are still available on waivers. First off, Salvon Ahmed. He's the running back for Miami. Actually, I think you used to say that, Ahmed, sorry. But he's still available in almost every single, or almost half of the leagues out there. And he's been handling the majority of the carries since Myles Gaskin went down with injury. And he's performed pretty well. He's been a pretty solid runner for the Dolphins. Now, there's a chance that Gaskin could return in the next week or so, but even if he does, I think that they will probably try to work him slowly back into Miami. I don't think they're just going to automatically give him all of the touches, which means Ahmed's going to still have a role in this offense. He's definitely someone that you should pick up because he's getting so much volume. Now, J.K. Dobbins, running back for the Ravens, had a really good game. He saw the majority of the touches, majority of the snaps for the Ravens in Week 11, which is the first time we've seen that this year. It's been kind of a three-headed monster running backfield for the Ravens, but finally Dobbins is starting to step away, and if that continues, if he continues to lead that team in carries, he could absolutely be a league winner. Now, somebody else I really like is James White, running back for the New England Patriots. Now, Rex Burkhead got hurt in this game in Week 11, and that means that James White is going to step in and fill in that role that Rex Burkhead had. And Burkhead has been effective this season. He's been receiving a lot of work in the passing game for the Patriots as a check down option for Cam Newton. But I think that role is now going to go to James White, so he's definitely someone that you should pick up. Now, Carlos Hyde, running back for the Seahawks, had a great game filling in for Chris Carson this past Thursday night, and I think he's someone that's worth a pickup, if nothing else, just for a value as a handcuff. We know that Carson has been banged up almost all year, which means that any given Sunday he could be out with injury, which means Carlos Hyde would be a must start. And to kind of continue that train of thought, I think that you should pick up just about any handcuff running back that's out there on waivers. Just because right now it's that time of year as we get close to the playoffs that we're going to need somebody to, break out for us. If a star running back were to get hurt and we had his backup on our team, that would mean really good things for us. It could be a move that could win us our leagues. So go out, pick up players such as Tony Pollard, Boston Scott, Alexander Madison, Devontae Booker, Jeremy Nichols. All of those players, if the starter ahead of them were to get hurt, they would receive the majority of the touches and could potentially win you your league.
And now, are there any wide receivers we should be looking to stream?
Yeah, so there's a few that had really good weeks. Corey Davis, of course, has been constantly on this list all year long. He's been a very consistent option for the Tennessee Titans, and he should continue to be a consistent option down the stretch. I also really like Michael Pittman Jr. for the Indianapolis Colts. Ever since he returned from injury, he's really shown that he is the Colts' best receiver, the most reliable one that they have. And I think that he is going to continue to flash as the season closes out. I also really like Tim Patrick with the Denver Broncos. He seems to be Drew Lock's favorite target and is definitely worth an add. Nelson Aguilar, receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, has really just turned his career around in Las Vegas, and he really is starting to look like the Raiders' #1 receiver, someone they can rely on consistently. And then finally, I really like Allen Lazard, wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is just balling out right now. He's throwing the ball all over the place. Eventually, that's going to translate into points for Lazard, who is definitely the second best receiver on the Packers roster. So I think just give it some time, but Lazard is eventually going to be very productive for the Packers this season.
Are there any tight ends we should be looking to stream?
Yeah, so Robert Tonyan, tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Again, with Aaron Rodgers playing the way that he is right now, it's just you want every single Packer that you can get your hands on just about. And Tonyan has been just such a big red zone threat for the Packers that he's someone that you just absolutely have to go grab. And I also really like Dalton Schultz, tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys' offense wasn't great for the few weeks there after Dak Prescott initially got injured, but it's kind of been rebounding and starting to look a lot better. Andy Dalton had himself a nice game this past week. And I think that Schultz is going to continue to be a check down option, kind of a safety net for that offense. And of course, he's going to be a red zone target as well, which really is just putting a lot of upside with him. He's definitely someone you can grab and start to pitch.
And as we talk about every week, we all know that Caleb likes to change his defenses as the weeks go by. So which defenses should we be looking to stream this week?
Yeah, so I really think that you should go after the Giants defense this week. And that's mainly because they're playing the Bengals. Now, the Bengals lost quarterback Joe Burrow in week number 11. He's going to be done for the year. That means Ryan Finley is going to be under the helm for the Bengals. He's going to be trying to throw the ball, and I think he's not going to find too much success against the Giants defense. That defense has been much improved in recent weeks. It's really starting to finally get its feet out or get its feet under it and starting to produce like a normal NFL defense. I don't think they're going to have any problems limiting the Bengals offense. I also like the Washington football team's defense this week. They're playing against the Cowboys, and while the Cowboys offense is starting to look better, they're still struggling. They're not as explosive as they once were, and they're also dealing with a lot of injuries on that offensive line. It still is an offensive line that can be exploited. Washington has a great pass rush, and when you have that pass rush, that means that you're going to get pressure, going to get sacks, and going to get fantasy points. So you can definitely start the Washington football team's defense this week.
Okay, guys, so that is our waiver wire video for week 12. There is so much football happening this week that it's just going to be so much fun, okay? You get a lot of food, you get a lot of football. What more can you ask for? With that, we are going to say see you later to Caleb, and I am going to throw up a recap for you guys, and I'm going to let you know that my name's Jaden. This is Fantasy Tomorrow, where we are giving you the information to learn today and win tomorrow. See you guys next week, and eat a lot of turkey for us. Bye.